Hi, it's Ariel Serber at the Israel Chesed Center. I'm here with Yakir Wachstock, who started and is running uh, Boots for Israel. And we're going to just have a quick talk about his mission, what he's done, and what he's looking forward to do. So, Yakir, why don't you give a little background on yourself, a little backstory, so we can get going.
Thank you, Ariel. Thank you for having me. Thank you to Israel Center. A little bit about Boots is that I'm an occupational therapist in Yeshiva elementary schools. I know nothing about Boots. I know nothing about armies. Never been involved in a project like this. But I got a phone call. I got a phone call in the middle of the night from a major in the IDF asking for Boots. And I had no clue what to do, but I knew I had to help. So I started researching and finding out, and luckily there was somebody in my shul who could help out
Yeah.
and had boots. He actually had these type of Garment tactical boots that the Chaylim love. He happened to have them. He donated the original 88 pairs. We got them out,
Okay.
and we were told the Chaylim need more.
Yeah.
So a whole bunch of volunteers in my shul, in my neighborhood, got together and said, how can we make this happen? And Boots for Israel was formed.
Yeah.
And since that point, we've delivered over 73,000 pairs of boots, with
That's
over
amazing.
9,000 soldiers verified right now, waiting on us, and we don't yet have the solution that we're working on.
Okay. So it's still ongoing, which I think is an important
Very much
point
so.
of the message and,
Yeah.
and what we're trying to.
With Lebanon and Syria,
Yeah.
soldiers in the
ongoing.
winter, it just snowed here this week.
Yeah.
That's what's
all
going
there.
on there, and they're not used to it. And their boots, most of them that they had, aren't even waterproof.
Yeah. So let's take a step back. What were you doing October 6th and before? Just what was your connection to Israel then? Was it just sort of going to the parade and doing like the sort of typical?
Connection to Israel was always knowing that's where we belong. And somehow we ended up here. I live in Holliswood, Queens.
Okay.
Shouldn't be there, should be in Israel. But lots of things get in the way.
Yeah.
Always going to shuls, Young Israel of Holliswood, going to schools. My kids are in MTA, Har Torah, schools that believe strongly in Medinat Eretz Israel.
Yeah.
And we've always gone to visit, send our kids to yeshiva, and it's vital and important. But actively getting involved in day-to-day something going on in Eretz Israel, I was never involved in that. I was involved in Queens Hatzala
Okay.
and my shul and my schools,
Local
things,
community.
local things like that.
Okay. So do you think that experience of being sort of you were involved in being a doer, you think that helped translate to what you're doing now?
Yes and no.
Okay.
All the things that I'm involved in locally here, I'm behind the scenes, just let's get it done.
Yeah.
And Hatzala not involved in anything administrative. It's just
When you
there's
get
a
you
call,
go.
I want to help.
Okay.
My shul, I got a little bit more involved administrative, but
Yeah.
it's a very small shul. But the schools, it's all project specific. Let's help and get it done
Yeah.
behind the scenes. Never somewhere where I had to manage volunteers. Never anywhere where I had to
Logistics of it.
logistics. Never a place where I have to be a face and talk
Yeah.
for the organization. I've never done anything
Yeah.
like that and never intended to do
Yeah.
anything like that.
And now you're going basically to different Jewish communities almost every weekend, if not more than one.
Yeah, the last 54 Shabbos, 53 of them I've been going to Jewish communities every weekend.
That's
I didn't
amazing.
go Yom Kippur.
Okay.
So that Shabbos I was
That
home.
was right. Okay.
But
But
all
it-
over the country, North America.
Yeah. But it seems like you got the call October 8th, 9th, whenever that actual phone call was. How do you think that major, was it a major or a general?
Major, he's now Lieutenant Colonel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you think, or have you heard from him how they even found you? Why?
Yeah, so it's a pretty wild story of how he found me.
Yeah.
One of his soldiers, these are Miluim, these are reservists. So one of his soldiers lives in Modi'in, where my brother and sister lives.
Yeah.
And at a Shabbos table, there was talk about this crazy Wachstock family,
Okay.
who there's somebody who sells on Amazon
Yeah.
in Israel and in America, and this guy's name's Yakir, happened to be the name of the base of that Milan group was Yakir, so it's stuck in their head before October
Something.
7th.
Yeah.
So he called me asking for boots on Amazon because he heard about us at Amazon and
People were
doing
just
stuff.
making phone calls,
Just
like,
trying.
searching for.
Just trying.
Yeah.
That's how it got to me.
Right, because there was such a lack of supplies that we found, and that's why the Israel Chesed Center also
It's unbelievable here in the Israel Chesed
developed.
Center.
So can you talk about your involvement here and how Boots for Israel is also kind of partnered up and
At the Israel Chesed Center, started in a house, moved to this warehouse that we're in now.
Mhm.
They're involved in so many aspects of bringing the Aftos on the American side to Eretz Israel and making it feel right here. We're just a small portion of that. We're involved in boots.
Yeah.
And we get the order of boots. We haven't solved that. So we haven't moved on, but we've been able to team together with the Israel Chesed Center, who's working on whether it be helmets or backpacks, different things, or just getting involved in the hostage situation, and in the tefillos and the shears, all the things that are happening that make it a whole community. And it's a big bracha that Boots gets to be a part of that because it's a bigger community of people trying to help out Israel.
right. So can you talk about this pair of boots here and what it represents?
This pair of boots itself represents the community involvement in Boots Israel. The Israel Chesed Center reached out that they want to get involved and help out, and they help buy boots for our chaylim that are needed. These actual boots are Lili Nishmas of Gil Shalom ben Avraham, a fallen soldier that people who came to visit want to donate for the particular boot to be used to fight for Am Yisrael. We speak all the time how there was a chayal who told me when we brought boots to their base and they saw all the empty boots, like Israel Chesed Center has its boots getting ready to be packed. It reminded them in their basic training going to Yad Vashem and see those empty shoes. But these are boots of Gvura. These are boots that can make a difference that never again really is never again. Never again like the Holocaust, never again like October 7th. We will be prepared this time, and we'll have our brothers and sisters fighting for us in Eretz Israel and Chutzpah. So these are boots that the Israel Chesed Center got through Boots for Israel to help pack to get over to our Chaylim. And it's not just that, it's the notes, it's the Zecher Nishmat, it's all the pieces that connect us here to our brothers and sisters in Eretz Israel.
So what are your hopes for sort of what comes next? I mean, obviously, it's been a big transition going from a behind-the-scenes person to front of the scenes, being away every Shabbos, all these speaking engagements that you're doing, running around town now, plus your actual job and work and everything else. First of all, how are you even balancing all that if you're balanced? I mean, balance doesn't really come into the equation, maybe.
Right, so I would say I'm failing in the balance, just like as a nation, we're at war. And we're not at balance. Our chaylim are not at balance. I'm not at balance. And they've left their families, they left their business, they left their work, they've left their wives, their children. And I'm walking around this past Shabbos, Englewood. Snowing in Englewood. Okay, it's harder because it's snowing, but they're avoiding bullets. Whether it be Lebanon, Gaza, or Syria, or the West Bank. I'm running around the 5 towns and Chicago and things like that. So it's not a balance, but it's needed. There are 9,000 and more soldiers counting on us. The transition of going from behind the scenes to a little bit in front of the scenes it really comes from that first time I got a chance to speak, which I'd never spoken beforehand. It hit me in my core that I'm so nervous to speak in front of that shul. Petrified, because I've never spoken. But I said to myself, there are chaylim that don't have boots. If this doesn't work, there are chaylim that don't have boots. If this works, there might be some chaylim who do have boots. So what bad can come from this?
And
so I've said, let's just try this. I'm not a speaker, an orator. I'm not a person getting in front of the camera. But somehow I got this call. Hashem put it in this place, and there are chaylim waiting on us. So
What else
Got to
can
go
we
on
do?
video. Got to try to get the word out there that we
Yeah.
need the help.
So where can people find you, support the organization and the work, and get involved, even on, from a small way to a bigger way?
Sure. I go all around North America speaking, so people say all the time, well, but I'm not in Queens, I'm not in Brooklyn, I'm not in the five towns. So
Yeah.
can I really get involved? We have tons of behind the scenes job. You can find us at bootsforisrael.com,
Yeah.
Boots for Israel on Instagram. You can follow us. You can know exactly what's happening. Every week there's packing. Every week there's bags going to the airport. Every week there's behind the scenes of how do we get to a new audience to talk. There's all types of things from packing to social media to articles to finding different tools to find boot packing events, which are tremendous Kiddush Hashem, and also a way on this side, not just in donating, because sure we need donation, but doing to actually pack the boots, put them in duffel bags, write the notes. It's a huge, beautiful, chaos but exciting event.
I'm sure you've gotten a lot of feedback from the ground there. What have been some memorable moments or direct feedback you've gotten, either a thank you or something been meaningful there?
Direct feedback that we've gotten is, unfortunately, our boots are 10 to 20 times better than anything they've had. I wish it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So the feedback is incredible because we're making huge difference.
Yeah.
But there's one soldier who told me something.
Yeah.
He said to me, "You think you're just doing boots, and what's a boot? Who knows about a boot? Is it so important? They might need goggles, they need helmets. There's lots of things they need. Why is boots so important? I got the call about it. That's why I'm doing it. But it's so important." He said, "No, our Rabbanim, they knew your boots are everything. The bracha sha'asa li kol sarki is when you put on your shoes in the morning. They said it in the tefillah that when you do, Hashem does everything for us when I put on my shoe, because our shoes are everything. You don't think about it. You lose the war if you have cold feet. You lose the war if your feet are wet.
Yeah.
It's over." So that one soldier told me, "You think it's just a boot? It's everything. Sha'asa li kol sarki."
Wow, that's really powerful.
Yeah, I didn't think about it till he said it to me.
Yeah,
and it really meant a lot.
It's very powerful. I think that's really it. Thank you so much. Yakir.
Great, thank you, and thank you to the Israel Chesed Center for having me. It's a true zchus to be able to partner up and help Am Yisrael together. Please, everybody, partner in. Boots for Israel, Israel Chesed Center, so that we can help Am Yisrael together.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I think you can't get better than that last statement.
So the only thing I didn't get to do, I didn't think that.
Oh, that's okay.